Okay, these have come up several times. And I did have somebody ask about these the other day again, so I'll kind of go into something here. These are my Schnee's hunting boots. You know, they're a pack boot, but they're a light pack boot. You know, they've got a thinner thinsulate liner compared to, like, these are my real cold weather. You know, these are good like the 20 below, even lower if you're moving, you know, which you normally are when you're hunting. But I have these lacrosse Iceman boots for the real cold. You know, when it starts getting 40 below, and especially if you're not moving, that's the kind of thing you want. These, I actually have 4 sets of liners, and they're the thicker wool liners, you know, the felt. But you really, if you start walking any distance with these, it's just a chore. They're heavy. But they will keep your feet warm. But I mentioned in a video I did hoarding or stocking up that it made me a little uncomfortable that I only had one pair of these Schnee boots, because I kind of count on them. You know, they're a great hunting boot and a kind of in between the real cold boot. Well, it wasn't but like 2 weeks after I did that video, I'll be darned if I didn't, you know, where these will fail is where you get the flex. You know, any of this type of boot will start cracking right in here, particularly if you're using them with snowshoes, which happens. And I was starting to wear thin on the bottoms. Now, the good thing about the Schnee boots, I mean, they're not cheap. They're between $350 to $400, but for like $100 and a quarter, you can send them in and they'll put all new bottoms on them. So that's what I'll do with these, but I didn't want to do it now, so I used some of that shoe glue and put a patch on the inside, and that's held up. You know, they haven't, but, you know, they're old. They were used when I got them, but they were in good shape. But now I can send these in, because I was able to find, I was actually looking, I was going to buy a brand new pair. And I thought, well, I'll look on eBay. I kind of keep an eye on things. Well, here was exactly what I was looking for. Very little used. You know, somebody has worn them, but very, very little. They're in perfect shape. So, I got these for $100 and a quarter. Well, that's a great deal. You know, when you're thinking, you know, $350 to $400 for new. And these are actually one size bigger than my old ones, which is great because I like to wear those really thick socks. And it's nice. You don't want a tight boot in winter. You know, you can't cut off the circulation. So this is perfect. This was just what I was looking for at a bargain price. But there it goes to a thing that I really believe in, that you're always better off to buy a used high quality item than you are to buy a new cheap item. It's just always better. It goes in tools, it goes anything like that. Especially some of the higher quality stuff like these can be rebuilt. Like I say, you put new bottoms on and they're, you know, because they just cut it off, use the same leather top. You know, it's a bargain. So what we set up now. Now I can wear these and send these back to Schnee's. You know, that's a good way of doing things. But I know, like I've had even these, I've had an old pair of these Iceman ones, and they do the same thing. You know, any of these kind of boots are gonna, you flex them right there, eventually that breaks down and cracks. And then you start getting water. You can't be pumping water in your shoes. These are good at certain times of the year. These are great when you really, really need. But normally, this is just perfect. you know, for hunting. You can walk in these, it doesn't wear you out. And they'll, like I said, they're good to 20 below inactive, but if you're moving, so they're kind of a good, there's a range in there where these are perfect, and it is the temperature range you run into during hunting season. So, and the good thing is too, now I got a box I can ship these old ones back in. But that was a good deal. But I do tend to keep my eye on things on eBay, what's available. You know, if there's something I'm considering, I watch for that. So this was a great money saver, and they came just from Minnesota next door, so they came like 2 days after I ordered them. But like in my saying, always looking, it's funny, I had an old cast iron brown potbelly type stove. Had a bad grate. I'd be darned if I wasn't able to find the exact replacement grate. You know, you never even think about that. But if something's, you know, well made, they make replacement parts for it. So I'm well shoed. Now these are tires for that Volkswagen, the bus. The old ones are just shot, and I was able to find some Kenda tires. Now, these ain't the exact tires I would have liked to have had, but they're only 50 bucks a piece. The thing is, I don't care for tubeless tires. I don't care for radial tires. To me, I want some old heavy-duty conventional tire. You know, that's what I like. But you can't find them anymore. You know, and I like having a tube. Nothing runs tubes. These came with tubeless tires, so these will go right on. And, you know, they'll be fine, but it isn't, you know, like I say, I like conventional tires. But I'm not weighing a lot of things. I mean, I don't like multi-weight oils. I'd sooner change my oil, you know, to later with the seasons, but no, it's just me. But this is good to have. You know, I can get these sent back to them. But that's just that's a good reason to buy these. And I know somebody one time said, well, doesn't LL Bean make something like that? Well, no, you know, I do have some LL Bean, the main hunting boots, but they aren't a pack boot. They're a much lighter boot, and they have a different tread. They have a tread kind of similar to this, but not this thick. And what happens on them, you wear them slick, you know, and I've got a pair that's worn out. Well, then you just got to throw them away. You know, you can't get them redone. That's the thing about these. As long as your uppers are in good shape, you just keep rebuilding them. That's the way it should be. So I'm pleased. Excellent boot. Yeah, and they have got a reputation for making excellent boots. And like I say, even with these tires, the Kenda tires, I've run Kenda motorcycle tires, and I've been pleased with them. So I figured, yeah, rather than buy some off-brand that I'm not familiar with, at least Kenda, I know what I'm buying. Well, if you're looking for a hunting boot, you got to look at Schnee.